How's it going, YouTube? I hope you're having a wonderful day today. I wanted to take the time to maybe make a little bit of a different video here. We all want to have fun in Dead by Daylight. However, everyone's idea of fun and what isn't is different and can vary a lot depending on the player. The Dead by Daylight community to me seems to call anything that one single player finds unfun or toxic. But everyone likes to have fun, right? Everyone wants to escape or make sick plays or get the 4K. So the question is, where should we as a community draw the line as to what is toxic and needs changing and what is fun or okay to deal with? I used to be what I like to call a queue time warrior, so I would play whatever had the faster queue. Thankfully, the queue times are decently short around the time I play, so I can freely pick and choose. But I've been on the receiving end of what some would call bullying or toxic on both ends. Getting a killer with OP perks? Oh, they're slugging, they're tunneling, they brought Lightborn just because we have 2 flashlights? No-ed? They're running no-ed? The list goes on, and you can find almost anything to complain about. Same goes for Survivor. Teabagging, not leaving as soon as the exit gates open, and just waiting for the killer to watch you come out the door. Flashlight clicking spam, still sad they fixed this, love doing it myself. Looping the killer for too long, that's toxic. Personally, I like to have the mentality of leaving it in the fog, as I like to say. Whatever happens in the game, happens. After that, it's GG well played with a little heart almost every time. If I have a bad game or a tough match where I need to focus more but still lose, there isn't much I can do about it. So I just move on to the next match. Personally, I will teabag a killer in celebration or a little tease, but it doesn't do anything besides that. If it gets into the killer's head, then maybe they will tunnel me, but are either of us actually being toxic? Maybe they even face camp me. But I still had fun during the match. I might have still had a good run against them. Maybe my play caused them to stop tunneling someone else or gave my team enough time to finish the last gen. Who knows? The point I'm getting at is that I think we need to define what is and isn't toxic to each of us and remember that it's just a game at the end of the day. I didn't pay for yours, you didn't pay for mine, so I'm going to play how I want. Whether it's a super sweaty build or a fully stacked Swift doing head-on plays and flashlight blinds to only mess with the killer with no intention of escaping, which ironically I dealt with on stream the other night. They took me to Dead Dog Saloon, I was playing the doctor, and it was head-on, 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 flashlight blind, right out of the locker head-on. It was a gnarly game, but at the end of it, I still had a blast, and so did the survivors. I ended up getting the 4K, and it took a lot to get there, but I didn't need that 4K in order to feel like I had fun, because I still had fun throughout the match and with the chases and with having to deal with all the inconveniences that the survivors were putting in front of me. So just like these players that I faced, I'm going to play whatever I deem as fun, because the point is to have fun no matter how you decide to play, casually or competitively. But it's important to understand that it goes the same way for the other side. They are also trying to have fun or win. Reminding myself of this perspective has done a lot for me. I rarely get tilted in matches now, and most of my matches come out on the fun side. But I took the concept of fun into all aspects of the match, not just if I survive or not. So to me now, almost nothing is actually toxic, except for night players. You're nothing but toxic. I'm joking. Like I said, have fun, play whatever you want. There's perks that a lot of people use, maybe, that can be seen as toxic. For example, everyone using Dead Hard. Why is it always Dead Hard? They always have Dead Hard. Or they have to have a crutch perk like an exhaustion. Or, oh, they're using so much gen regression. You know, it doesn't make you toxic. You're just using what the game has given you. And everyone has preferences. Any means necessary is one of my more favored perks. And all it does is let you pick up a pallet. Sure, you get to see down pallet auras, which is kind of cool, but doesn't do much besides sadden you when you watch the little aura disappear from the killer kicking it. I guess you get the information there. But it's just a fun perk, and not every perk is going to feel the same or be as fun for everyone else. As far as exhaustions go, I still love Dead Hard. I am terrible at it now. Absolutely atrocious at it with this nerf. But I still use it. It's fun to scream Dead Hard as I, dash slightly forward. Same goes with flashlights. Like, sure, they can be toxic, but they just waste time. It's just people going for sick plays, to have a good moment. It didn't necessarily do anything to cause harm to anybody. And it, if anything, it helped you out. That's one less person doing a generator if you're the killer. Survivor, I guess if they get the save, that's, one less hook state for you at the moment. And personally, I normally solo queue too. I solo queue Survivor. It's all I really play. Every now and again, I'll have people jump in with me. But overall, it's just me by myself and three other randos that I don't know, just trying to have a blast. And I hope the killer is too. I will give them chases. They'll get some hooks. We'll have a little bit of fun. Maybe they'll shake and nod their head at me. Hell yeah. Do it, dude. Do it. But I also know there's other aspects of people having fun. I have a couple, what I would call friends that love playing competitively, or they'll go for quickest 4Ks, to hold quote unquote world records for it. It's all what they find fun or what they like doing. It adds a little bit of an extra aspect to the game outside of the game itself. Now, I'm not saying that you need to change your play style or, play with other perks or do something to consider the other side and for them to have fun, because you need to have fun too. And not every match is going to be fun. I mean, I don't know anyone that likes sitting in a 30-minute match with a 3-gen or anything like that, But that's where we could, draw those lines. We can find ways for both sides, the killers and the survivors, to at least have a decent match or feel like it didn't come out as a complete waste. But I do think that requires a switch in mentality, as I would like to call it. Like, you might not actually be getting tunneled. I go brain dead half the time when I'm playing killer, and if I see the person again, I'll smack them. Oops, my bad. I didn't know. I'm not paying attention to who I hooked and who I didn't hook. I just see survivors like they're shiny, cars, and I'm just a dog trying to chase them at this point. Because that's the way I see it. I have fun just doing that, just chasing whatever survivor I can find, or if it's a little bit too tough, maybe I'll switch to another one, give them a little bit of chase. There's been too often where I'll see videos or I'll go into streams and I just see people complaining about how the other side is playing, and it doesn't really affect them. I don't understand why it's getting to them in such a way that they need to voice it the way they're voicing it. Yes, it can get irritating. Yes, it's not always the funnest, but you're taking a small portion of the whole match, possibly, and like fixating on it to where you're going to be talking about it for the next 2 or 3 games, possibly. You didn't just move on. You sit there, you're thinking about, oh, that Deathslinger tunneled me and then camped me, and then the next time you face a Deathslinger, oh, I hope they don't do the same as the other ones. And it just keeps perpetuating itself in a sense. Or possibly, if you're on the killer side and you keep getting people that keep trying for sabo plays or wiggle outs or taking you to specific maps for double head-ons, flashlight saves, any of those things. But that's just a small portion of that match or the game in general. And not every match you have is going to end up like that. I probably get those 1 out of 30 games where I have a very competent team that I'm playing against. And I'm talking absolutely smokes me. But even in those games where I get absolutely destroyed, I can still find a little bit of joy in it. I might have learned how to do a loop a little bit better. I got absolutely trolled on the farmhouse with the tractors. But I use that from watching them in my survivor matches, and it gave me a lot more fun that way. So it paid off in the end, even though it was a tough map and they were running me really well. I guess to sum up everything, and what I'm trying to get at is that we need to look at things maybe a little bit differently and try to find the fun in gaming with your friends or just gaming in general. It doesn't have to always be a quote unquote sweat show or every game has to try hard or anything like that. Just play, how you want to play and have fun and wish the other side a little bit of good luck or well played at the end of it. And I guess with that, I will pass the question off to you. What do you find toxic? What do you deem as absolutely just bullying, or what is just fun to you? Because I know I don't, stand alone with this opinion. Other people probably feel the same way as I do, but I know others don't. So let me know in the comments or come out and check out one of my streams. I stream Tuesday through Thursday, 8 p.m. to midnight. And with that, that's going to be the end of this video. See you on the next one.